Hello again, Andy with HandyAndy Handyman, and we are out doing a quick run through for some inspection repairs that we're going to be doing on this awesome house up in Lawrenceville one of our clients just bought. And so we're going to be coming up in here, and we've got a little bit of mold, rotted brick mold right there in the corner. My guys will check it because I think this bottom piece is rotted as well. Anytime you see the wrinkling, hopefully I don't fall on my butt here today. It's been really hot out. This whole corner right here, see all the wrinkling in the frame and the brick mold out here. And once you see that wrinkle like that, it kind of looks like your fingers after you've been in the pool or bathtub too long. You don't have to touch it, you know it's rotted. This is an Opendoor house, and they just kind of came through here and slapped this together, and you'll see right here, see this caulk, they just literally, the painters came in here and they just caulked over rotted wood and called it a day. So if your home inspector doesn't catch that stuff, you can pay for it later on. There's nothing wrong with buying an Opendoor house. Just know that they're trying to put it together as quickly as possible to get the house sold. And they're not hiring top of the road, top of the line contractors to do it. Some of the cheaper contractors, and the prices are low, so the contractor's got to do it as fast and as cheap as possible, or he's not going to make any money. And that's what happens. And so when you do these kind of repairs, you want to make sure that everything is back primed and sealed. So if you're looking at this on a phone, your phone has 6 faces. The way we do any kind of trim or carpentry repairs, we back prime and seal all 6 faces. So like here, you can see this window nose right here is rotted on both sides here and over here. You can't repair a window nose. When it rots like that, you got to replace the whole piece. You'll see in the back side of the house that they just caulked and puttied some stuff. My guys, right now, this sill isn't rotted, but we need to go ahead and just caulk these lines. That's where it's starting to rot. And then this homeowner is going to want to have us or somebody come back at some point, repaint some of the trim. See the little black line in that sash right there? That's where the frame's going to rot because it's never been caulked. They just seal it with paint. You know, there's all kinds of tricks to this stuff. My brother and I have been running crews and ourselves for 30 years in Atlanta now. We've been doing this stuff, which is kind of hard to believe. We're one of the few companies in Metro Atlanta that we do everything when it comes to houses. And that's why people use us, and that's why we stay busy. We still hand paint. Most of our interiors are hand painted, and a lot of our exteriors are hand painted. We're doing a job now where the siding was the old LP siding, and if we hadn't painted the bottom edge like we did, it wouldn't pass inspection. This wasn't on the list, but we need to seal this void back here and add an elbow out here as well. So that'll be good to go. Most of the house is in good condition. The backyard is awesome. These folks have a little boy. He's gonna love this yard back here. It's a great neighborhood. Anytime you have corrugated pipe like this, you need to flush it, make sure it's clear. We think that there's a leak in the upstairs closet, and we think it's coming off this gutter back here in heavy rains. So you look at this window right here, it's hard to see it in the sun, but it looks good from this distance. When you get up on it, you see the rot right here. Is there too much glare? See that right there? If I put my fingernail, it'll go right through the wood. So that nose is rotted. This nose is rotted. You can see where the painters just kind of puttied it. They did the same thing here. Right here, you can see where, see, look. And this was just painted. They just literally put caulk over that, said, have a nice day. You get the same thing here. So this whole window back here needs to be repaired. There's a leak, and I'm gonna guess that it's got some wood rot in it. The guys will see when they get up on these ladders. The master window up there, those 2 triangle windows, they got some water leaking in on both sides. So I'm gonna guess that the sills and nose are rotted and then they need to be sealed, but we'll figure that out once the guys get out here tomorrow. There's a little bit of rot in this window off the eat-in portion of the kitchen. You can see this nose right here needs to be replaced. Well, the guys will scope everything out. But other than that, it's a great house. There's a few little things we're doing inside. There's a leaky gas line. There's a little bit of mold from where a toilet kind of overflowed. And I think they want to do this deck. I need to ask her about that. But I think we're replacing these deck boards. The framing is good, but all the decking itself needs to be repaired. Since it got hot here in the last few days, we've had 97 degree days. See, the wood is curling now. These guys, I don't know if it was Opendoor or if it was the previous owners that sold it to Opendoor, but they use Deck RX on this deck, and the problem with Deck RX is it's really thick, and it'll make old wood look good enough to get it sold, but then it dry rots the wood, and that's what this is. So either way, they need to replace it. The framing is good. It's got some support issues back over here, under this side over here, I believe. And then we need to add, I think, 6 or 8 posts to the railing. You got to have a post every 6 feet and bolt it in. And here they've just got a 2x4. It's the same on the other side. And then we're going to add a support post here and on the rim board on the other side from over there. But outside of that, that's what we're going to be doing on this particular property. It's really a nice house, and they'll be happy here. We wanted to have the guys, it's too hot now, but if we get an overcast day, we need to check and seal and paint these vent boots up here. They're raised, you can't see it, but whenever you walk outside your house, see those little pipes coming up through your roof? These are for your furnace and your water heater, and they just need to be painted probably once every 10 years. But you can't see, but if you look closely, there's a little shadow underneath the bottom edge, and that's where it's raised from the wind. A lot of times roofers will do a new roof and they nail these things down with 1/2-inch non-serrated nails, so after a few good heavy windstorms, it just lifts up and now you've got a leak. And it'll usually show up on the inspection report. Overall, this house had a pretty clean inspection report. Like I said, my brother and I do a lot of stuff. We're physically active and still working with these crews, so we're not like a lot of companies that we sell a job and then we go find, a subcontractor or someone to send it to. These are our crews, our people. They work with us for years. On any given job, we've got guys that have been here for 5 to 10 years. We usually have at least one guy that's been here for 15 to 20 years. And then we got usually a newbie that's been here. Could have just started yesterday. He could be here for a couple of years. He's learning the trade with us. We like to teach our own guys. But we're literally a one call does almost all company. You can reach us in the office. You'll see that number on this video. Sometimes you can catch me at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.